The flipped learning world has changed. It's not the same as when I left teaching 8 years ago to focus full-time on spreading flipped learning. But what remains consistent is that every week, more educators in K-12 and in universities around the world are flipping instruction. We recognized this trend 2 years ago and began rethinking how we should support the evolving world of flipped learning. We started by bringing in experienced people who could help us create a plan for the future. Next, we launched the Flipped Learning Global Initiative to more closely work with those who are interested in the future of flipped learning. We created online courses in 3 languages so we could continue to reach educators in every country. We assembled an amazing international faculty who could meet the language and cultural needs of the flipped learning community. And we formed a nonprofit organization to lead the Global Standards Project and to establish common best practices. We now have the people, the programs, and the organization in place to meet the future needs of flipped learning. It's time for us to fully shift to our new global team model and launch several exciting new projects. In 2017, we expanded our online instructor team with 2 amazing educators, Dr. Raul Santiago and Dr. Guojin Huang. We are now adding more stellar instruction, starting with Dan Jones and Kathy Swanger. And we're excited to add their talent to the new courses coming out. Our expanded course creation team will allow us to keep pace with the rapidly evolving professional development needs of the flipped learning community into the next decade. We've also assembled an extraordinary team of presenters for conferences, keynotes, and general presentations. They're part of a program called Insanely Smart Panels. These panels are members of FLGI's faculty who train together like an Olympic team to produce flipped learning presentations that are exceptionally engaging and informative. The team is now presented at several national conferences, ISTE, FETC, ASCD, and in each case, the response has been overwhelming. I have to admit that I was so proud of the reviews that they recently received at ASCD. They were just so amazing. This is the future of flipped learning presentations. One of our most exciting new projects is the 3.0 Exchange. It's designed to be the simplest, easiest, and most convenient way to flip your classes using the global best practices. The 3.0 Exchange is the place where flipped learning educators will be able to find and share certified lesson plans, group space activities, resources, and tech tools that meet the ALAS global standards. All resources on the Exchange are provided by FLGI certified educators from pre-K to higher education. You'll be hearing a lot about this new platform in the months ahead and how you can be paid for sharing your flipped learning expertise around the world. These are just a few of the projects that we're launching based upon the new global teams model. The full list includes things such as 3 new books that we're publishing this year from educators across the flipped learning community, the addition of new columnists to the FLR magazine, a new higher ed professional development program developed with our partners at MEF, the first fully flipped university in the world, the Do This Not That video tutorials that share best practices of 100 flipped learning educators in 49 countries, and a new flipped learning competency score app that allows you to see how your flipped learning skills compare to other flipped learning teachers and professors around the world. And as we shift to the global teams model, my role will change too. My focus will be to support the global teams who are leading the programs that we've created over the past 2 years and ensuring that courses and programs are aligned to the most current global best practices. I'll be shifting the daily leadership of FLGI to Errol St. Clair Smith, who's the architect of the global initiative, and splitting my time between FLGI and teaching. Yeah, teaching. I am excited about this opportunity to return to the classroom and to bring a more current understanding of the classroom experience back to FLGI's programs. I realized that I need to be more connected to my why. Spending more time in the classroom is an important component of my personal mission to reach every student. I believe this new role can enable me to better serve the flipped learning movement. This will help me also to understand what each of you do to reach every student in every class every day. You can learn more about what I'll be doing in the classroom at the link below. We are very excited to fully launch the new global teams model because we know that no single expert knows it all, and none of us is effective as all of us. So our goal is to collaborate with all of you to help share flipped learning's best thinking, best practices, best technologies with the teachers who want to be the most effective flipped learning educators.